the world. Time of ancient gods.
Guns and sold them back to the underworld. Now investigators believe that she was killed after a dispute with a fellow officer over stolen guns. The suspect wanted to steal everything. She wanted to keep things small. It's being reported by the Express that she told two officers that she will cover the charge room so that they could sleep. However, a man later arrived and they engaged in sexual activities inside the police station. A silver vehicle was parked outside. After the murder, the suspect called two men inside the police station who hauled away the guns. It's being reported that the prime suspect was a drug addict who police say is the mastermind. Please remember that these are unproven allegations and this report is coming from an unnamed source and police investigations. Eversley is dead and cannot respond. Also remember, the suspect has a motive to deflect blame. However, I do have a few questions. If Eversley was running a theft ring for 6 to 8 months, how come no supervisor noticed? And why was she left alone at the station at night? Who allowed a civilian access to a police station after hours? And if she was a willing participant, why was she killed in such a graphic and violent manner? The real tragedy is, whether a victim, a perpetrator, or both, a woman is dead. And a police station, which is meant to protect, became a crime scene. Y'all go let me know what y'all think about the story.
Yet still these are the people that swear and take an oath to protect and serve. What really going on in Trinidad and Tobago? What really going on in Trinidad and Tobago? Or tell me something now. Or tell me something. Message me in the comments. And yes, Trinity, and she said crime gonna go down in 60 days. What really going on in Trinidad and Tobago? Only God alone knows. Only God alone have the answer because you clearly see. You're clearly seeing what's going on, you know. You're clearly seeing what's going on. Well, I had to say, Angela had to buzz a curse. Somebody do a ritual. Somebody do a sacrifice. Somebody do something. That's why I see I did call out to the Baptist leaders, the ones that has wrapped the earth, and call out to the man Christ Jesus to say a prayer on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know if they hear me, because something just ain't right. And everything take place. You notice they put up a smoke screen. They blame the PNM. They make an excuse and they even come out and say that is none of our concern. Move ahead with our lives. But when it starts to reach home, who guarding the guard? And it clearly shows that some of the officers, some of the TTPS officers have no regards, have no respect for the law of the land. So who is correcting who? I want to know. Message me in the comments tonight. Is a night I want to engage with the public. I want all you to tell me how all you're feeling about what is taking place in our country, because what is happening here is affecting us mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. It is affecting us. We must have a say. Thank you, Megatron. It's too much pain, sadness, and sorrow. People crying out, and the government who say they love us, they're not listening to our cries. And they're going on like, like it's no big thing. The same people who said that they love us. Children are being murdered. Children are being murdered. Children are being murdered. But they say they have a crime plan. And everything is throw the blame on the PNM. We get rid of the PNM. We get rid of the PNM because we wasn't satisfied. Some of us would have had our situation with the PNM and we were fed up, so we give the PNM a rest and we pull in the UNC. But what really going on? All you're here to fix things, and how come nothing being fixed yet? How come nothing fixed yet? How come people still crying? How come the voices from the ghetto echoing? How come the earth on the ground, the people on the ground rumbling the earth and all they're not listening? An officer would have lost her life in the police station. Lost her life in the police station. Will you ever hear that? It's all kind of mayhem and chaos taking place across the land. In 1 year. In 1 year, you know. So what really going on? Yeah, what really going on? I want all to engage with me. You see this platform, the let your voice be heard. This is a place where people can come and let their voice be heard. You understand me? Because they're listening to us. I just want, when you all come up here, I don't want all to be disrespectful. I don't want all to incite no kind of riot, nothing violently. But we have to talk out. And they're listening. You understand me? And when a fellow female officer get brutally murdered within the station, that is enough to raise all eyebrows, raise all heads, to pay your utmost attention. Because if it can happen in the station, what will happen inside your house? What will happen inside the house, Trinidad and Tobago? What's happening? We're not safe. I am not feeling safe. I am having sleepless nights because I do not feel safe. And when you're asking questions, they're walking off. They don't even want to answer the press. And I always have to say this, the government, Trinidad and Tobago, do not belong to the UNC, neither the PNM. It belongs to we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We put whoever in power to handle the affairs of our country. And the way how the UNC is behaving, the ministers is behaving, is as if they don't care and they don't have to answer to us. Why? Before election, all they was up in arms with us, all they was showing us, well, I have to say pretensive love until all they get what they want, and then to hell with we, give it the boot. What really going on? What really going on? Trinidad and Tobago, what really going on? And you know what I watch? You know what I watch? The UNC will do anything in their power to look good. Anything in their power to look good. Why is the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago feeling the pain? We are not mannequins. People are trying to feed. That is our life. They had a little innocent children to take care of. And nothing. People crying out, you know. So all they don't hear in them cries. Is either all they hearing the cries and all they don't care? Or is either all they hearing the cries and all they don't have a solution? Because I want to believe all they had a solution, all they might have jumped out already. But all they, it's a year now and nothing in place. We did 50,000 jobs that all they promised the people. Business places balling, they're lessening down on the staff. The groceries getting expensive by the day, I should say. Long time they say raise it every month. Well, boys, by the week and by the day. The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago is on their knees begging with their hands out. And who is coming to help us? What plan will they have in store to help the poor people, the poor man, and to deal with the criminal elements within the TTPS? Huh? right about now, people, it's like people get comfortable with the bandits now, you know, because, yeah, I mean to say the bandits are so gruesome. I would say so, because if you could go in the station, a place that holds high authority, enough respect, when you go there, you had to behave, because you could get locked up then and there. And to see criminal activities taking place in a police station, a female officer was murdered inside the police station. And up to now, they ain't hold nobody. I know what's the sad part about it. They are saying that the officer was in criminal activities all of a sudden. I don't know if that news is truth. That is why I had to contact Mr. Eversley tonight, the relative. I asked him to come on. You understand, man? I hope he finds me, because, you know, I don't know what it is they're doing. Some people say they're trying to find me on TikTok and they can't find me at all. You understand? To come out and talk and let us know what it is going on. You understand? Because it's too much. It's too much. They're hiding and they're covering up things. But it done out there, the more they hide, is the more the Spirit of the Lord exposing things. And all they say, and this is not about party. Exactly. And all they're saying that all they have the crime situation under control. So let me start to bring up people in the box. Now, people, when I bring all they up in the box, I want law and order. When you come up in the box, you will mute your mic. When you are given the chance to talk, be mindful that there are other speakers that is willing to have their say, right? If you have noise in the background and you have children making noise in the background, try to contain the noise so that people can hear when you're making your contribution. Do not speak over one another, because we just sound like a fish market and I don't like it, right? So I'm going to bring up people in the comment. Chatter. Chatter, mute your mic. I just have seen Mr. Eversley there. Mr. Eversley, if you're listening, I would have sent you an invite. Mr. Megatron, mute your mic, please. And now see Mr. Eversley there, boy. Oh God, Mr. Eversley, if you're hearing me, I'm sorry about that. Right? And now send you the invite. So please accept the invite. And a lot of people is waiting to hear what it is you have to say. All right. Oh God, how I could miss Mr. Eversley, boy. Mr. Eversley, please. Trinity, mute him, Kitty, mute him. Right, thank you, baby. Oh gosh, Mr. Eversley, please, sorry for making you wait in the box, but I wanted to talk first. So I send you back another invite, and I do hope that you accept it. All right. Chatter, it seems that you're the first person that came on. You can go ahead and unmute your mic and make your contribution, but be very mindful there are other speakers, right? Because I spoke with Mr. Eversley, Mr. Wendell Eversley. That man is a powerhouse. He's somebody I admire. The first time I met him, I haven't had the privilege to tell him that I admire his strength and his power and what he stands for. And I also want to tell him, accept my sympathy. Right? So, Mr. Chatter, you go ahead until Mr. Eversley come back up.
Hi, good night everyone, good night to the panel, good night to everybody. So
Pleasant good night.
tonight is a kind of sad night for me because one of my good friends they lost their work before Christmas, and I get a call this evening. His daughter come home from school and see him hanging.
Oh
He hung
gosh.
himself today, and I want to know, well, what is the plan, because this man lost his job when the UNC came in power. He lost his job, and he was trying in the private sector, trying to get a job. He tried, and all else failed. And this is the end result. So I want to find out if this is the plan what the Prime Minister have for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to commit suicide, and because it have plenty people who can't take the pressure right now. You understand? And Mr. Elvis, they come up. So I just still I'm gonna come up and say that because it have been a very hectic day for me today. Very hectic.
Okay.
So
So
I'll
to
let
the
you know
viewers,
comment.
all right, so hold on, everybody. To the viewers on TikTok and on YouTube, we have Mr. Wendell Eversley, a gentleman who I admire from the first time I would have had a conversation with him on the Workers' Rights platform. Mr. Eversley, pleasant good night and welcome, sir.
Good night. Good night to all your listeners, and good night to Trinidad and Tobago. I was listening to you earlier on, and I think the first time I ever had a conversation with you and Jeffrey is about,
Yes.
it could be about almost 2 years or something like that. And I remember I
Yeah.
told you on your program, I said, PNM is the problem, UNC not the solution.
Yeah.
Right?
And I never forget that. Watch me, let me tell you, Mr. Eversley, when you said that, I ain't lying. You troubled my mind with that, you know. When we came off the program, I called Mr. Jeffrey. I said, Mr. Jeffrey, why he would say a thing like that? He said, well, they need to ask him. I said, I ain't asking about that question. He seems to be a very serious man. But from time to time, I always just listen to your program, even when you represented the young doctor. And I see, I follow you up until the end. I say, you see that man? You see that man? I have enough respect for that man. Go ahead, Mr. Wendell.
Yeah, and it's 8 years. And when I tell you on your program with Jeffrey, when I said PNM is the problem, you are see not the solution. Who was in government? It was PNM was in government.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that for the past 11 years. And I remember everything I saying come to pass. Because I even asked in 2025, what was their crime plan? And I never get it up to today. And even today, you heard what the Prime Minister said, right? That the criminals have the crime plan. And for a Prime Minister to say something like that, who is the head of the National Security Council, who sit with the heads of all the protective service in this country, along with certain the Attorney General, the Minister of Energy, and who she invite, which will be the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Homeland Security. But we are seeing today, and I will keep saying, we have to put country first before party. And when people put party before country, we're in a terrible, terrible state. And we see what we're seeing today, blood flowing in the streets. You know what I come to the conclusion?
Yeah.
That Satan take over and he have his operative in parliament. Satan take over and have his operative in parliament. But you know what the nice thing about this? It have a lot of people praying.
Yeah.
And they praying to a living God.
Yes.
And you know, sometimes God has allowed things to happen, you know.
Yeah.
And it just be a wake-up call. It just be a wake-up call for the people to come to reality and know what is best for Trinidad and Tobago. I heard you crying out. I was listening to you. I heard you telling people, yellow is the code.
Yeah.
But then after I heard you crying out, and I know what some of the things that they touched me, and I would say, you say, people coming to you and they're telling you they have nothing to eat.
Yeah.
And you say
Yeah.
you're trying all how to get something for them to eat. You even said you reach out to the opposition leader,
Yeah.
right? And it's sad to know that people have been used and abused and then discarded. And when we see so much of people have been sent home, and people must realize it, and I'll say it on your program, the UNC could not have won election without the African votes. The
Exactly.
UNC could not have won election without the CPET support. They could not have won the election without the forestry workers support. Because people gravitate to the yellow is the code and they will get a better life. But at the end of the day, you see what taking place.
Yeah,
People go
boy.
to celebrate. I wonder, you remember during the election campaign, right?
Yeah.
I was offered to Fort Porter-Spain South, go up against Kit Scotland, and I refused it. I told Prakash Ramada, why he's the leader of my party, COP, why you don't go and fight it? I was offered to be financed everything. I said, I know what I say? I say, I am not going to join no coalition of interests because I want the best for my country called Trinidad and Tobago. And I refused it. And I stayed out. But I still went out and campaigned by myself. And I was telling the people of Trinidad and Tobago to choose wisely. I didn't tell them vote for PNM. I didn't tell them vote for UNC. I didn't tell them vote for PDP, not PDP, Patriotic Front. And I didn't tell them vote for Gary Griffith Party. I said vote wisely. Vote for the party that given you a plan for Trinidad and Tobago. And I know the coalition of interests, and I said Kamla coalition of interests. Because you're going to celebrate 1 year anniversary. What you going to celebrate? Who win? Who win? When you look
Nobody.
at the appointment of state boards, who really winning? Go through
Their
boards have been
friends and their
pointing,
family.
right? And I know what the most hurtful thing in all of this? They still feel they could fool the people.
Yeah.
And then realizing that the population right now, and I'm saying this, if an election to call in the morning, a general election, the UNC will lose hands down.
Yes. And they know that.
Yeah, the population fed up. I never see the population. I just be on the street. I just be on the ground.
Yeah.
And people just come to me every single day. And they just say, Wendell, what really taking place? Today I meet a vendor in Tunapuna who just sell clothes in front of what do you call the place? The library. I know she tell me, Wendell, doctor underwear people ain't buy.
No, people can't afford Mr. Eversley. They cannot afford.
Underwear. When she could tell me that, she said, doctor underwear people ain't buying. But she said she have to come out here every day. She have family to mind. She have children to mind. And what we are seeing today, it's very, very, very hurtful. It's very painful. You come in, you sell people a dream, and your dream was a lie. You ever listen to the David Weather song, The Madman Rant?
No.
Listen to that song, The Madman Rant. One of these days, when the program finish, listen to that
Yeah.
song. Listen to the
I
words.
will.
David Water sing that song about 20 years ago. And everything he say in that song is what you see in today. He talk
Let me
about the
write it down.
promises,
Madman Rant.
the madman rant. He
Mm-hmm.
says somebody promising you a better life. Somebody promising you to solve the crime. Somebody promising you jobs for all. Listen to me. He said that in over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He said, this is it, this is it. And all is about the fool in you, and it's a madman rant. And what we're
Yeah.
seeing in our parliament, the highest court of the land, people with big question marks, and they're making laws for you and I. Are we comfortable with that?
No.
If you want to deal with crime, deal with those. Let me tell you something. You can't fool God, you know. You can't tell God you want to deal with crime, and it have people with big question marks over their head sitting in our parliament, sitting in our cabinet, and making decisions, making laws for you and I. Making laws for you and I. It have judge who sit in our high court and our appeal court rule on people who sit in our parliament. And that's why you see people don't do research. Do research. Go into the parliament, punch in all of them name who's sitting in the parliament, and listen to punching the judgment on some of them. And you know, we have a parliamentarian who's a member of parliament, who's a cabinet minister under investigation. With a relative used to go in the bank, depositing thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands. You know what he said? He's the mother only child. Ask where that investigation is right now. It have a next one who's sitting in the upper house. A former minister came and gave a sworn statement. He swear an affidavit concerning him involvement in human trafficking. Where that investigation is up to today. Where that
I heard of
investigation,
that.
right? And Jenna, these are facts. I interviewed the same minister, the former minister. He told me who are the names, who are the people. We had a former commissioner of police went before a joint select committee and tell the parliament. We talk about a commissioner of police who gathering intelligence, who is in charge, who have people working in the not the sports court, the special branch, who report and came and tell the report was we have people sitting in parliament dealing with people behind the walls and gang leaders. The president of the advocate said that to the nation. Everybody hear it. It was broadcast on the news that the same person who died in Sandy Grande, who was murdered, gave finance to the UNC. He said he tell him that. And these are the people today making laws for you and I. The domestic affairs that we see in San Fernando, a dispute that led to the wife killing her husband. The Minister of Defense said, not the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Homeland Security said he mourning for his friend. The files reach on the Director of Public Prosecution desk in a twinkle of an eye. And when that file reached in a twinkle of an eye, you know what happened? They send home the wife to see about the children. You see who represent a known attorney represent Prakash Ramada represent is on public record. The woman from San Fernando with the domestic dispute which it led where she killing her husband. But Joshua Samaru, the world see what happened to Joshua Samaru. The world see how that person was murdered by the TTPS. The world see where the commissioner of police sent the police was involved to get counseling. The world see Justice Amaru, common law wife who's paralyzed in a wheelchair, who mourning for Justice Amaru. Just as how the Minister of Homeland Security can say mourning for his friend in San Fernando. What about that 5-year-old girl watching her mother in a wheelchair for the rest of her life? The mother cannot dress her to take her to school. The mother cannot pack her lunch kit to take her to school. The mother cannot walk her to take her to school. Where the justice in this country? How come that fire is in reach on the Commissioner of Police or on the Director of Public Prosecution desk? How come we haven't here action be taken? Are we seeing in this country, we seeing justice is for certain people? Are we seeing today, or under a state of emergency, blood flowing in the streets? 50 babies in a cemetery in Komoto, along with 4 adults. Why are we hearing about that burying over 7 murders? When a country where children have been murdered, children have been murdered, they still have the crime plan, they have the intelligence. But is it working for us? Is it working for us?
No,
it's
it's
not working for us.
No, it's not working
And
for us.
these are the things we have to stand up as a nation. You know what we're studying right now? How to get the weight of the General Secretary of CARICOM. You know what we're studying right now? The war in Iran with Israel and United States of America. You know what we're studying right now? How to get the doctors from Cuba and the nurses and send them back. You know what we're studying right now? The closest neighbor, which is Venezuela. Right? To support, and when we know to ourselves the Caribbean should be a zone of peace, we have our own internal affairs. Letting me focus on the outside is that, you know what they're doing? They're spinning the script and don't want to deal with what we have to face right here in Trinidad and Tobago. We hear on the 1st of May, more taxes. More taxes. They said,
And the people done, the people done and already have, and more taxes again.
more taxes. More taxes. It's time we wake up and smell the coffee. It's time we stop looking at us and you see, this country right now is divided badly, you know. On
Yes.
ways. You must listen to the comments on Facebook. You must,
I just see
when
them.
I put even get this now, even on my posts, if you just hear them. If you just hear them, and sometimes I just feel something wrong with my own people, my own African people. My own African people, sometimes I say something wrong with us. Sometimes they say like, we don't understand where our foreparents come from. We don't understand how our foreparents was treated on the Middle Passage to the Caribbean. We didn't understand that many that threw off the board and had to die in the sea. And we had to thank God that who survived, that we are here today. Because if our foreparents didn't survive that journey, it would not have a you, it would not have a me.
Yeah, for real.
So our line survived that journey. Our line went through the hardship. Our line cried out to be free because we was taken from our land. We were being enslaved, treated badly, brutal treatment, but they went through it at the sacrifice. And to see we don't have unity among ourselves, and to hear people calling us all kind of dirty names. And when election time comes, they want us to be their brothers and sisters. And a shame, and I say it again, a shame about some of our own African leaders in this country called Trinidad and Tobago. Right? They don't want to stand up for what is right. They don't want to, they want to say we ugly, we ape, we monkey, we uneducated. The worst thing they could say about us. But their people, they were band together for years. And when you talk, you know what they tell you? They just flip the script and they say, you're a racist. I don't know racist. I born in Mackenzie Street, Frederick Settlement County. That's why I can tell them, I know what is Lawa, I know what is Matikora, I know what is Puja, I know what is Kata, I know what is Lipe, I know what is picking out lice. You know what is lice?
Yeah.
Right? Right. I used to pick out lice for my East Indian brothers and sisters in County. In 13 Mackenzie. And what I say in here, let them say I'm lying. I used to go and pick up, you know, the cow dung, what we call gobal, and mix it with dirt. I used to go and lipe under the house. I used to do that. When the wedding time come, we go and pick bamboo and get galvanized and build the tent for the wedding. Matikora is the Friday night. Lawa is the Sunday morning before the procession and all them different things. So when they come to me, I just say, I know. I grew up in a place called Frederick Settlement County, 13 Mackenzie Street. And I take part in all different type of activities. I know what is the crown of Diwali Queen. I know what is Bazaar. I know what is Bajan. Going and sit down and do the Bajan music. Right? And reading from the Gita. I know all these things. And if I go up there, and I know about unity, how come now we just only want to separate us? They want us to see us as Trinidadians and Tobagonians.
Well, I guess, Mr. Evers, the unity only comes, they only want the unity when it's time for election to get into power. Right?
It's election time. Yeah. Right?
And to be honest, I feel as an African woman, I've been honest, I'm not racial because my children are from East Indian descent, sorry. And I have East Indian families, but I felt like I was used, you know, because they preach so much of love. They tell us that they care about us. And look at what they're doing. And when I watch at some of my comments, if I ain't good for myself, it's the most racist amount of thing I have ever been called on this platform. I said, but wait now, how I never get these comments when I was rooting for the UNC? Now that I'm standing in the gap for the people, letting the government that I helped put in power, that now I am regretting, telling them that I am the voice of the people in Sandy Grad, and I'm talking on behalf of the people. The people ain't have. It hard. Because I am talking out, you telling me to hush my mouth, all kind of dirty names. And then you're saying to the people, hold on. What are you holding on to? Mr. Evans, you can tell me what we could hold on to, sir? What do we might hold on?
Well, they're telling you hold on. But they ain't telling their friends and their family to hold on. And that's why I tell you, right? They ain't telling their friends and their family to hold on. And when I mean by their friends and their family, watch and see who on state boards, who ministers, and the friends and the family on state board. I know what is the most deceitful thing that I see. You see, trade union leaders, as always say, trade union leaders, they split up fighting for workers. Huh? They tell the workers, we're fighting for you, we're fighting for you. But when they in government, they sing a different story.
Yeah,
you ever see
they don't know you.
Baptiste, you ever see Leroy Baptiste coming out and stand up with them workers who struggling? Huh? But when you ever see Leroy Baptiste, who's the Minister of Labour right now, coming out and fighting and struggling with them workers? When they're protesting and all these different things? No. But if when there was in opposition, there was there. You ever see the one who was involved in communication workers, who was the minister, I think he's the ministry in public utilities. You ever see he come out and fighting for the workers now? No. You ever see the one
No.
who the minister in energy coming out and fighting for the workers now? No.
No.
Right?
Everybody
So what
gone
they do?
into hiding.
Right. So
They're
what they
on
do?
board position. They're on board position. And they get a dose of dumb. You ain't hearing them, you ain't seeing them. They're so silent, Mr. Eversley. Their silence is deafening.
Not only them, the family also in board position.
Yeah.
And that what we're facing today. That's what we're facing today. But it's time the people of Trinidad and Tobago wake up. It's time we wake up. And let me tell you something, eh? I see you say you confess your story, you apologize. I see other people like you on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on wherever social media they could go on. I know what they're singing to. They're sorry. They're sorry. They're sorry. They make a big mistake.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
feel,
not too big to say I'm sorry.
and I feel they realize that they're not coming back there. And do us all sorts of things. All sorts of things. And
Not
when
a
they
feel,
leave,
Mr. Eversley, not feel, they know they ain't coming back. Listen to me. The UNC is not foolish people, you know. They are intelligent people, you know, with all the degrees and all of that, you know. They know, as sure as the scripture in the Bible, John 3:16, they know they ain't coming back, you know. Trust me, they know they ain't coming back. So right about now, they're doing all what they could do. They're saying all what they could say. They're putting everything in place for them and their friends and their family, and they're making sure when they leave Trinidad and Tobago, I doubt we could stand up on 2 feet. I doubt we could stand up on 2 foot. I'm telling you, not even 1 foot. The backlash Trinidad and Tobago go get. And I ain't lying, you know. I just feel so hurt to know I should have put aside my grievances with the PNM, bash them, and stay out of the politics. I should have stayed and I should have done my research. And I just always say to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, I am sorry. I regret this, from the bottom of my heart, from my soul, right back. I tell you, first I regret this. My great ancestors could feel it and all. First I just feel it in my spirit. You see, when I walk down the streets and I see all them young men and women at the side of the road with nothing to do, with a joint in their hand, and to know I help contribute by advocating and talking to these young men and young women to give the UNC a chance. And today, I see I am the cause of that. Sometimes I just feel so sick in my spirit. I just feel so sick in my spirit. And when I see it's young men and women dying, the blood all over, imagine that, eh? I just feel so hurt. Sometimes I lie on my bed and crying. And you see, school is almost out. So there's another batch of children finishing school, nothing to do. So that before we came on here, I had to ask the question, where is the 50,000 jobs you all promised the people? Because the life that we would have given to them is not where it is, and it's here it is. So they're not feeling what we feeling on the ground, and you know, but I remember Mr. Eversley and everybody here. All you hear in the earth rumbling, all you hear in the cries from the poor man on the ground, and all you even answering, all you even saying nothing. All we hearing is hold on. But how long can one hold on? It's a whole year now, people out of a job, and Mr. Eversley. Every time I walk the street of Sandy Grande, watch me, it's who I know me, don't stop me. They stop embarrassing me now because I've been through all kind of embarrassment, all kind of humiliation. They stop now and they start asking, all right, well, what going on? You ain't hear nothing? What go tell them? What go tell them? What go say to the people?
Sad. Very sad. And
But what I wanted to, what I bring you up
now,
here for
well,
tonight.
let me say one thing what you said just now there, right? You talk about who
Yeah,
could
go
have,
ahead.
who will be out of school, who write in CAPE and who write in CXC. And what about those
Ah,
who write SCA and have to go into
ah,
4 months? That is our next batch. When some parents cannot buy the school children uniform, books, because they was working on this same special program, the URP, the
yeah, and they will
CPED,
live.
the forestry, right? You say it was corrupted. So why you didn't get rid of the contractors and keep the workers?
Same thing we were asking, same thing we saying,
You,
same
if it
thing
was corrupted,
myself.
get rid of the contractors and keep the workers. But you
Mr.
get rid of
Evans, it's the same thing myself, Jason, Kitty, everybody here in the comment section, Mr. Megatron, Chatter, Mr. Paul, Mr. Michael, Mr. Jeffrey, everybody in the comment section as well, and who in the box or even on YouTube been asking that same question. You talk about corruption, get rid of the contractors. Mr. Michael, hold on, mute your mic. I'm not finished with Mr. Eversley yet, right? Now, what I want to ask Mr. Eversley, Mr. Eversley, I don't know if you were permitted me to ask you some question.
Right,
Mute
warrior?
your mic a bit. Mute your mic.
Yeah,
Mute
before
your
you
mic
go, I
a
want to
little.
talk to him.
Yeah, no problem. Mr. Wendell, right. So I want to
Plenty
ask
go-
you a question. No, wait
Yeah,
now.
plenty go just calling on my phone.
All right. Now you see on here, everybody want to talk to you. Mr. Eversley, I feel you had to come back on here another night again.
Yeah, sure.
You had to come back. This can't be no one night thing, sir. I'm telling you as it is. Because the minute I mention your name, everybody want to have a little talk with you. Yes, Lee. We just didn't listen. And I taking the blame. I ain't taking the blows, but I will take the blame. Now, I saw the situation that took place. Is it in Nice?
Yeah.
Right. It's when I heard the name Eversley, I mentioned to Mr. Jeffrey and others, I say, that is not the gentleman we had on the platform sometime last year or year before. Family, he said, yes, that is one of your relative. And I heard you came out and you talk about it. And you asked for the resignation of the commissioner and the, what's his name, Mr. Roger Alexander. Right? And you said that you're going to have a march from Arima to Port of Spain on a date to be mentioned. You write letters to get permission. Right? But I want to tell you firstly to accept my sympathy, my condolences to you and your family. Right? But I don't know if you can elaborate a little bit on that. You don't need to go into the depths to talk about everything, but how you feel, what you think happened, because they're starting to say now, they come up with a fake news and they're alleging that the young lady was in criminal activities. And I find it strange, everybody else find it strange, how all of a sudden the young lady lost her life in the station and lo and behold, her name calling in criminal activity. So, what do you have to say about that?
Let me tell you something. I want to read something. I keep a press conference today, right? So it will be on the it should be on the news by tomorrow and I don't know if it was on the news tonight, but because I didn't watch the news tonight because whole day I was tied up doing a lot of things. I want to tell you all something. I want to
Let's
give you
tap the screen. Mr. Eversley, hold on, 1 second. Let's tap up the screen, share the live, because you know they like to cut us, You see what they did to the platform on YouTube last night. So tap the screen, share the live. Go ahead, Mr. Eversley. And everybody else in the comment section will have a chance to speak to Mr. Eversley. The program will go a little longer tonight. You all sit tight. We cannot overdraw Mr. Eversley tonight. We don't want him to get fed up and not come back. So, all you hold on a little bit. Mr. Eversley, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanna give you at the history of the state of emergency for 2026. Tuesday, the 3rd of March 2026. Statement by the Prime Minister announcing a SOE. Trinidad and Tobago is back under a state of emergency amidst the spike in gang violence. This was reported in Trinidad Guardian. The Guardian article on the 3rd of March 2026 stated, according to the Prime Minister, security briefing presented to the National Security Council on Monday revealed a troubling increase in violent crime across the country. Much of it linked to organized criminal gangs. Official report multiple deaths from mass shooting and warn of escalating reprisal attack that threaten public safety. The council was also told of credible intelligence included planned attacks on police officers, prison officers, and members of the legal service. I want to ask the question, apparently, according to the Prime Minister 2026 history of the state of the emergency, apparently they had no knowledge and intelligence of the attack of this officer, the Corporal Eversley. Wednesday, the 4th of March 2026, the Prime Minister's statement on X Twitter. The state of emergency declared under my government are not band-aid. They are triggered by credible intelligence of threats to our nation. I've given you the history here. This is what the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago tell the people. Was this the end of intelligence? Friday, the 13th of March, 2026, the government went to Parliament to extend the SOE by 3 months. Listen to what the Attorney General said. The Attorney General, John Jeremy, stated in Parliament, upon the declaration of the state of emergency by Her Excellency, the President, the TTPS and the Defense Force commence strategic operation. Those operations will continue in an alert, intelligence-led, targeted, and deliberate manner under these threats to public safety are curtailed. It seems there was no intelligence for 8 months. They claim this situation with Miss Eversley has been going on. They say 8 months. If you state into the population, and this is what the Prime Minister said, 8 months, they say the situation with the murder corporal that take place in a police station was going on. How come the intelligence didn't detect, right, that there was intelligence that they're going to kill woman corporal Miss Eversley?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
How come they have no intelligence of this? But here it is, they tell us about all the intelligence they have. I want to ask something. Now, I will come back to the Prime Minister admission. Listen to what the Prime Minister admission say there. Before you, the members of the media, the Prime Minister, by her own admission, said this. This has been going on for a long time. She even gave a time frame. She said 8 months. This has been going on. You, the head of the National Security Council, if you know this was going on for 8 months, why you didn't act on it? Why you didn't act on it? Why your Minister of Homeland Security didn't act on it? Why
But
the Commissioner...
You remember Mr. Eversley, when Mr. Wayne Surge was giving us a statement in Parliament, he said that the police knew They had intelligence that they were going to unalive Dana Sita Hall, and the police did
Yes.
nothing.
He said that. Right? And when Dana Sital was murdered, who was in government?
The UNC.
The UNC, the partnership. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If you go back to the history in voting in this country, 30 years it takes to remove the PNM. And anytime you have a coalition government in this country, there was only last 1 term. Anyhow, 1 term. Baze Pande with the UNC, anyhow alliance with Robertson gave them 2 seats, 1 term. The partnership, 1 term. And this now, 1 term. It's a pattern. And when they're in government, major disaster just happened. 1990, attempted coup. Hamraj Somar Singh, the chairman for Mearo Regional Corporation, went to Baze Pande and said his life had been threatened. Who they hold for the murder? Danraj Singh, a minister in that government. Partnership, what happened? Dana Sita Hall. Now you're hearing all sorts of things bounding about concerning Danny Guerra debt. All sorts of things. You're hearing about money pass for campaigning. Yeah, and the world could see. The Minister of Defense had him on his campaign trail. And that is public knowledge.
Yeah.
That is public knowledge. But in Parliament, everybody hear that what he is sleeping now. I didn't say it. Check the records.
Yeah.
So what are they taking us for? For fools? For fools? It have people sitting in our parliament who making laws for you and I. And before the court.
Exactly.
Before the court. And on serious charges also. We cannot want to clean up crime. And we have people sitting in the parliament. They have been calling and all sorts of things. I wrote Candice Bonner a letter, the former ambassador of the United States of America, when she said it have people sitting in our government involved in human trafficking. American ambassador said her intelligence tell her that have people sitting in our government. I mean, she mean the government, she mean both opposition and government. The former prime minister said not to hit from his party. They launched an investigation. I wrote the former commissioner of police. You know what she said? The investigation ongoing. I wrote her. I wrote the Stephen Williams, acting commissioner Stephen Williams, concerning Dana Sita Hall. I did a walk from Arima to Port of Spain. The former assistant commissioner of police met me in front of Parliament, Stephen Williams. I'm not lying to the population, you know. And he said people will be arrested soon for that same murder. We had lie spot. And when we had the investigation, independent investigation, and this is send that report to the Director of Public Prosecution and the TTPS, they went to Parliament and read it out. People was murdered on that lie spot. I remember the same Ruth Monroe came to me and she said her life was under threat. And this is not no lie I'm telling you, you know. And I take Ruth Monroe to Richardson. Richardson was then the Deputy Commissioner of Police. I took her to him and also Garvin Hira. Garvin Hira is here today. And I say it on you, let Garvin Hira say that I'm lying. I take them to the operation center run by Knowlesy building. And she tell them everything what was taking place. I always say politicians go to bed with criminals. I remember going to a public meeting in Tunapuna. Maisa was there. Deputy Commissioner Meister was there. And I said to them, David Nackett was present there. At that time, he was an opposition senator. Esmond Ford was the MP and the deputy speaker was present. Councillors from PNM and UNC was there. And when I get up to address the gathering, it was a packed auditorium. And when I finished talk, everybody stand up and start to clap because what I was saying, they say, what I'm saying is facts. Look at the place how it is today. We are living in jail. According to Penguin, we are living in jail. Calypsonians bring messages, and they bring the messages in song, and they bring it to day to day, and today we see people trying to stifle Calypsonian from bringing the message.
Yeah. Like what they did to Queen Victoria and Hale and Francis.
Yes, they bring message.
Yeah, they brought messages.
And people fail to realize that we have the power. We put a party in place to govern our affairs for 5 years. We have to stop saying we PNM till we're dead and with UNC till we're dead, right? Or we this one, that. We have to start thinking about this country called Trinidad and Tobago. And if they're not doing the job to give us good representation, you know what we must do? Tell them to thank you. Know why we will never get constitutional reform in this country? You know why? The power lies in one person's hand. And we had opportunities to do constitutional reform. I remember walking from Arima to Port of Spain saying we want constitutional reform all by myself. Saying we want constitutional reform in the judiciary, constitutional reform in the TTPS, constitutional reform for Trinidad and Tobago. And when they see the powers that the one person have, the prime minister, we have a president who's a rubber stamp president. We should be voted. We should be voting for our senators. Our senators have been appointed by who? The ruling party and the opposition. And the president of 3 of 9 independent. But who appoint the president? You vote for the president? No. The party in power appoint the president. And all of them had the chance and given the chance to appoint president. Pandey had it. Dr. Equilas had it. Chambers had it. Kamala had it. Keith Rowley had it. Right? This president term coming to end next year. So who will have the opportunity again? The parliamentary colleagues will come together. The UNC are the most seats. So they're going to appoint the president. The prime minister will say who she wants for she president. So when they're saying about how the president is a PNM president, they will appoint the president. Kamuna was a UNC president. It's Kamala who appoint Kamuna. Kit Rowley who appoint Christine Kangaloo. Before Christine Kangaloo was Paula Mary, Chris Rowley appoint her. Manning appoint Max Richards. Pandey appoint Robinson. So the lines go down and they play they could fool us. And want to say that the president, oh, thank God, the president appoint independent senators and there's no from the broad base of the country.
Yeah.
Right? And they have an independent mind. But the government, they say, the opposition, and who the prime minister say, those independent, they say who the PNM independent senators, when they could hear the calling the nurses, PNM nurses, and we have people who say there's bloggers, saying there's PNM nurses, but when their mother and father sick, it's the same nurses have to see about them in the hospital. No doctors don't see about them. Who does have to clean them? The nurses. Yeah. So there's
same nurses.
Them same nurses. Let me tell you something. My niece, mother, who is a nurse, you know she get COVID and die attending the patient.
Yeah.
She get COVID and die attending the patient.
Yep.
Nurses used to be when the country was locked down, when people had COVID, suffering COVID. The same one who in Moncton right now, Dr. Gopi Singh. When he get COVID, he say he thanked the nurses. And today them saying the nurses are wicked.
Yeah.
Huh? They're saying the nurses are wicked.
Yeah. And then it was made mention that after that, the nurses and them would have come to work one morning and met all the lockers break open and all the personal items thrown away and vandalized.
Well, you hear
Yeah.
they say that's how they give them warning that they're using that space. Right?
Yeah.
So management, and who management following instruction from? The board change. And that,
I find this too
and
much.
that
I find this too much of destruction, Mr. Eversley. Mr. Eversley, I see people in the comment section asking what to do. What can they do?
what can they do? Right now, we have to keep praying and we have to come
Yeah.
together as a people, right? And we have to send a message loud and clear. Thank God if only listen to some of the rulings. Let us listen to some of the rulings, you know, about the rights, even on that state of emergency.
No, but we don't have no rights, Mr. Eversley. They take away our rights, you know.
No,
I
we
taking
have
a
rights.
chance, and other bloggers taking a chance here to come
Yeah,
out here and
listen
talk,
to
you
me.
know.
As long as you ain't breaking no law. We see people try to get the American ambassador to take away some of our visa if we talk out. Thank God, the embassy said they don't follow those instructions. They don't follow these instructions because this country we must not have no leaders who are dictators or who try to make this country into a dictatorship.
But that is what it is now.
And no, it's not as that it's people have to people must talk freely. So long as we're not doing nothing to break the law. We
Well,
could do
I just
silent.
try to keep
we
I just
we
try
could
to
do
keep
si-
my program
look, we could do
professionally.
silent
And
protest. Look, tomorrow, not tomorrow, by Monday, I'm gonna announce the date for the walk. I know what I call the walk, right? It's a walk, talk, and drive for
all right.
peace and love. We who can walk could come in a car and drive. We starting from 5:30 a.m. from a Rima dial and we ending by the Parliament building. We must send a message. We put them there to seek our affairs, not their friends and family affairs. The people of Trinidad and Tobago, and we are hurting.
What boy, we hurting.
You know, just as you know, people that be reaching out to me.
Right?
Not people that be reaching out to me. They're reaching out to me on WhatsApp. They're reaching out to me on Messenger. Sometimes when I going through, and if you see messages,
Boy, I don't go through my messenger, you know. I don't go through messenger. I stop. I don't even...
Let me tell you something. When people reach a situation that they're crying out and nobody listening to them.
Yeah.
Nobody listening to them. Why we reach this space? Why we reach so today?
It hard enough,
Why
Mr. Eversley. Mr. Eversley, so hard, eh?
What do you mean? And then after I want to tell you and the biggest set of lies. Listen, let me read this for you, right?
After reading that, Mr. Eversley, I want to engage. I want to let one or two people. They want to ask you some questions, if you don't mind. They will be very short.
Let me read this.
Nice. Go ahead.
Hear what they say. And I want to read what Anushka brother wrote. And I give the media this today. It is with a heavy heart I write this statement. For the past few days, I have sat back and I have watched, listened, as certain parts of our society have implugged my deceased sister character. It has reached
When you all come
to
up, you call him Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
it has reached to a point now where it must be said enough is enough. Attacking a dead person who isn't here to defend themselves, who died in such a heinous manner, is heartless, vile, despicable, and utterly shameful. Spare a thought for the grieving family. Shall we?
Exactly.
And how these allegations affect them? Because that all their allegations. If my sister was as corrupt as they say, how come
Yeah.
this was never detected before? Since we were casting aspersion here, what does it say about the other officers at the station? Are they complicit also? What does it say about the checks and balances on the police service? I am not a police officer, but common sense will tell you when handing over a ship, everything must be accounted for. How come no discrepancies were ever discovered? I leave that for you to ponder on. My sister hasn't even been put to rest, yet all these allegations and stories are being bandied about in the media. How low is society we have sunk? Those people who truly knew my sister would know she was a no-nonsense person, very jovial, extremely affordable. She would give her last if someone asked, always willing to help. It hurt to see how her name is being sullied just for the sake of likes and views. That was her brother. And let me tell you something, before she joined the service, she's a police officer with 19 years service. Before that, she was a reporter. She was a reporter. And you know what the most hurtful thing? Her eldest daughter writing CAPE examination. In the next 2 weeks, who in upper six, how them will cope, how she will cope to know Mother's Day is round the corner, mother not there. To know that she have to write exam under these circumstances. It's real painful and nobody know. And then after you're hearing what they're saying without even a thread of evidence, this goalpost shift from them not telling the population where they say they have the intelligence to keep us safe. Every day a mother or a father or a brother or a sister crying. We reach a stage in this country that everybody knows somebody. We reach a stage where somebody know in this country somebody get murdered. Somebody knows somebody in this country who get kidnapped. Somebody knows somebody in this country who home was being invaded by home invasion. Somebody knows somebody where a child had gone missing. Somebody knows somebody that children right now are being murdered. This is where we reach in this country. And it seems that people feeding us with lies and saying to us, when the day comes, right? Crime going down. Crime going down. But you seen crime going down?
No.
Crime going down.
It's every day something.
According to the Prime Minister, the criminals have the plan, the crime plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So are you open to questions now, right? So I'm going to allow you guys in the box to ask a question to Mr. Eversley, but please be mindful. Do not speak over anybody, please. We want to get the message out and clear. We want the viewers to hear the comments, the questions that you are asking, so that he in return could answer your questions without the extra people talking over each other. So Trinity, I'll give you an opportunity to speak to Mr. Wendell Eversley, and then will be Mr. Michael and so forth. So Trinity, Kitty, sorry. I've been talking to Trinity for so long. Kitty, you have any questions to Mr. Eversley? No, well then I'll move on to Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, you said you wanted to speak to Mr. Eversley. So you can come up and ask him your question. Mr. Michael? Mr. Michael drop asleep. All right, so Mr. Bridge, you have a question? I feel they're interfering with the live, you know. Yeah, they just do that from time to time. Mr. Glenroy, if you have any questions for Mr. Eversley, you can go ahead.
Greetings. I don't have questions, but I have a response. Short.
Go ahead.
Right. Mr. Eversley, I was listening to everything you said, and I respect that. I respect your position and your delivery on what you would have given to the people, but I am Tobagonian, right?
Yeah.
So I just wait for the dust to settle. You not hearing me?
No,
Yeah,
we're hearing you. I was just responding to Kitty like they're interfering with the live, because Kitty says she's speaking and we are not hearing her. Mr. Michael, I feel that happening to him as well, and even Mr. Bridge. But you go ahead, Mr. Glenroy. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Right. So what I do is wait for the dust to settle and extract the critical information I need to try to understand the dynamics and the way forward. And with all that we know that is going on with the current administration, we are to remind ourselves that we had and have a very, very important role to play in creating the problem and solving the problem. Okay? There were many promises that were made during the campaign that were not kept. And when it was said and done, then all the games, lies, and manipulation and disrespect start taking left, right, and center stage. And the people have a responsibility to overturn this mess that we are in. Because those who created the problem got that reaction openly, and changes in society offer the solutions to the problems they have themselves covertly created, which is check out the people's situation on the ground, see where they are more vulnerable than strong, and attack the weaknesses, give them promises that we're going to strengthen it. But as soon as they make the move that we want, then we will start eating away at the flesh that is already rotting. That is the move they made, and everybody understood the cards that they played. And I will say what the Prime Minister said. This is not me. And this is where people need to base their anger on and make wise decisions to change this before 5 years. You can't wait for 5 years. This is what the Prime Minister said after the elections. I was too nice the last time. I will not be so nice again. Now, politicians just speak with encoded language and leave it for you to decode. They give you subliminal messages to try and decipher. When she said, I was too nice before and I will not be nice again. Remember, she was in office and she paid back pay, and other people were eating food elsewhere, but she was as equally corrupt as she was doing other things. And she was removed, and her government was removed. Not she, her government was removed from office. And now she is back. The senior citizen is back. They put her back. And look at the deception. Why I think they brought her back at that age? The woman is frail. She's ready to go home and relax. But you know what? If we could send she to catch the people where we want them, we could get revenge on them. And they did just that. And what did she say? I will not be nice as I was before. She didn't say it before the campaign, she said it after the elections. Telling the people straight up, although don't look for nothing from me, I don't care about all that. I am going to do all what I want because they vote me out the last time. Now people are angry, fed up, suffering, and frustrated. Now I feel for those people who are unemployed, because there is no joke being unemployed. I was once there, you know? So the power is still in the hands of the citizens. People asking what we gonna do is not what we gonna do, is how we're gonna go about doing it. That is the strategy. We can't talk it out here because they can't give out all their marbles.
Yeah.
It's not what we're going to do, is how we're going to do it. Because if people look to what is happening abroad in the Middle East, it has everything to do with the global economy. And you heard Iran said they control when the economy of the world will shut down, and it's gonna be bad for everybody. Bad,
Okay, Mr.
especially
Glenroy.
Caribbean countries.
Mr. Glenroy?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I want to, sorry to cut you. I don't mean to. We can't remember. I don't want to bore Mr. Eversley. Remember, we now have him for the first night, and I was very elated that he came up. So I want to allow somebody else, though, if you don't mind, because the time is at hand, right? If you don't mind, I don't mean to, cut you short, right?
No, respectfully, because I understand the live already. So yeah, respectfully.
Yes, God. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, darling. So, Mr. Paul, I see you begging for the longest while, but I needed to give Mr. Eversley a chance on my platform because I wanted to hear, because the gentleman has so much to say. Right? So, Mr. Paul, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to engage with Mr. Wendell Eversley, and then I will cut you off and I will see if Mr. Michael, because Mr. Michael did mention he wants to speak to Mr. Eversley. So for the ones who are saying that, asking if we can hear them, come off the live and come back on, and I'll bring you on, because I believe they're interfering with the page. So Mr. Paul, if you want to make a contribution or you want to ask Mr. Eversley a question, you're free to go ahead, but be mindful. Mr. Paul?
You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Doctor, you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You was asking a question in the comment section, so I'll bring you up to ask Mr. Eversley the question. Go ahead,
Okay.
ask him the question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know if it have a way, Dr. Eversley, we could call an early election instead of waiting another 4 years. Because I can't wait another 4 years. I don't know what could happen in the next 4 years. I don't know if it have a way could go around to get early election.
All right. So, Mr. Eversley, that question is for you.
I didn't hear it because somebody was calling and get cut off. What he said?
He said, Mr. Paul, repeat your question, please.
Hey, Dr. Eversley, good night.
Good night.
Right. Do it have a way we could go around this system to call an early election instead of waiting that whole 5 years?
4.
According to our constitution, right, an election is called every 5 years. A term is every 5 years, and local government is every 3 years. But we see former prime ministers call snap elections. Mr. Madden called snap election on 2 occasions. And when he called those snap elections, you see what happened to him, he lost. Right? But we see when the partnership won the election in 2010, the prime minister, who was prime minister back then, take the extra 3 months. Right? But if the public, as we see what's taking place in America right now, the same thing where they thought that the current president would have been the president for the people. You all see the hardship that the Americans are facing right now, and they can't wait for midterm election, which is in November. Right? You all also see that the by-elections that they had, his party lost, his congressmen lost, and who went up by election for senators also lost. But we see in Trinidad right now that the people power is greater than the people who we put in place. So the only thing we could do right now is let our voices be heard, come out, do peaceful protests, and get the authorities to know enough is enough. And if we could have that, because what we are seeing today is that when we say we're going to do something, people don't come out. A few just come out. But right now, be seeing the politics of fear. And if we allow the politics of fear to keep us down, then crap will smoke our pipe. Our voices must be heard. And if our voices come out and be heard, then the government will know that things are not right. Right? And it's either they step up or we get an early election. But the pressure must come from the people.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Paul? Say?
Yes, I understand him. We had to come out and make our voice good.
Nice.
So
So, Mr. Michael, if you're hearing me.
Because Paul, when we look at it, look at how much people that send home, and we just stay quiet, right? Because Princess Warrior, I heard you saying sometimes when you're talking, when you do your live, you could feel the pain coming from in your heart.
Yeah.
Right? People meeting you and even telling you, you put them in this, you tell them to go this way. I heard you instead when you tell them that how the former regime was wicked.
Mm-hmm.
They need change. They get the change. Your campaign, you know what you do? You make a safe seat, turn and vote for people who thought that they would give them a better life in Sandy Grande, Toko Sandy Grande. You transform that. And what become of it? Today you're saying you regret it. So
Today,
you have a part to play.
Mr. Evans, you know what the people in Sandy Grande are saying right now? They say that we entertain. I don't call the gentleman name because something about that man and my spirit it don't mesh. They say it's like we bring a curse. I help bring a curse in Sandy Grande, you know. And that just drenched my heart, you know. I just feel so hurt, Mr. Eversley. All I don't know, you know. All I know, I might look okay on the outside. I might have a smile. I might tell a joke. But you see, deep inside, I feel so I feel like if I got a blow to my chest. Because you know why? All the people
you feel betrayed.
In my community, I feel betrayed. All the people in my community want us to be able to live a comfortable life, to be able to take care of their family, send their children to school, just to live a normal life. To be able to feed their family. Mr. Eversley, people ain't had things to eat, you know, Mr. Eversley. The other day, a young lady come by me. She have no monthly, you know, the monthly stuff we ladies just do at the end of every month. She don't have that.
That bad.
Mr. Eversley, it's real pain. It's real pain. It's real pain. It's real pain. And to see you come and you take away the jobs. You talk about corruption and thing, right, in CPEP. You take away the jobs. And the people that have nothing. All they give them is a little hamper. How they survive on that hamper? That hamper only lasts in 2 or 3 days, depending on the family in the household.
2 days were the princess.
Come on now, man. And you know what happened, man? Mr. Eversley, since the UNC take over and the people would have lost the job within 4 days, people had lost the job. People have been crying from since then to now, and not one bit of effort to say, all right, we opening back CPEP in Sandy Grande, or we opening back the URP, or we opening back the forestry. No, not all right. Even if you don't want to open back those jobs, but only create nothing for the people. If you see the streets, if you see the drains, look the other day, I don't know what going on with the garbage truck. Just for Mr. Paul, hold on. I don't know what's going on with the garbage truck. Sometimes the garbage staying on my gate with rotten meat for 5 and 6 days, you know. You hear what I'm telling you? And that never used to happen. So when people telling me I was too happy and it good, I know I had my grievance. See, Because I am the type of person, if our unjust was taken upon me or anybody, I would stand up for my rights. And that is what I did. But at the end of the day, not because I vote for the UNC and I see this thing happening, I go stand up and say, all right, let me hush my mouth, let me don't say nothing, because no, the wrong thing could never be the right thing. And you can't tell people, hold on. What they holding on to? Gas pain? Hunger? That has hurt my heart every time, every time. I don't know, but Mr. Evans, is something got to give, because when I pipe back up, it just busts,
Yes.
Look, one of the young man who was on here, Mr. Chatter, he came off because he said he have a sad day. One of his friends, he lost his job. The man take his life. People committing suicide. Young girls prostituting themselves. They just come to me and tell me their business. They had a little trend and they had to sleep with men to get money. Young men, the other day in Grandy, a young fella stopped me, talking to me, he said, Miss Warrior, me and I don't know, I end up with a man and I don't know, but hey, this is so frustrating. And sometimes I could go mad. And the government that I help put in power, they're not listening, They're not listening, Sometimes I feel like I take a rest on this, because I ain't my pressure. My pressure. So everybody in the comment section, besides Mr. Paul and Glenroy, Mr. Bridge, would you like to make a contribution going once, going twice? Mr. Bridge, I'm asking again, because we are about to close, and I do not want to overbore Mr. Eversley. So I bring up somebody else, Mr. Hayden. Pleasant good night.
Pleasant good night.
Right, so listen to me carefully. Listen to me, please. I have Mr. Eversley here. I will allow you to ask him a question because I know you've been on the chat a while, and I would like for you not to stay that long because I have him here going on about an hour and a half now, and I know he has a family. He's a bit tired. So if you have any questions to ask him, you can go ahead now, but make it very short and sweet. Thank you very much, my dear. Go ahead.
Okay, man, no problem. Mr. Eversley, good night. To the panel, good night. This Warrior Princess, good night. Mr. Eversley, I would like to know, how long do you think it will take for us to get back to where we were? As a people, as a nation, I believe politicians need to change their way of thinking. What do you think?
You say how long? Let me start it from tonight. Let me start it from tonight. Let us come together and send a message. And if the guy make a very valid point, how long? I know we could start it from constituency to constituency. I know we could come out and lend support. We could start gathering and going in front of our MP office, right? And let them know what time it is.
Without violence, without cursing, without
without
kind of,
violence.
Yeah.
We coming out and let them know, letting the staff and them know. Because if we come and we let them know, and we go and start with, and we start from constituency to constituency, and those who could come, even though you're living in your constituency, you could come and support my constituency. When it's my constituency, you could come and support our constituency. That is how we could let them, the authorities, know that we are fed up, enough is enough. And don't let them tell you about, you didn't, because sometimes when they talk out now, you hear what they're telling. I didn't hear you for the last 10 years.
We don't want to hear that.
We don't want to hear that.
We don't want to hear that.
We want to know what you said you're giving us. Right? That's why I tell you, Warrior Princess, I want you to listen to the Madman Rant. And when you're starting your program, play that tune. Play that tune. Let them hear the words. Because they promise us a better life.
I already plan to play that tomorrow. Please, God, for my team song.
Yes. Play the Madman Rant. Let the people them listen to the words. Listen to the chorus. Listen to what David Rudder said. And then you all will know that this is what they promised us. A better life. This is what they promised us, jobs for all. This is what they promised us, to get the guns off the street. All that is in that song. And then all you hear, this is it, is only a madman rant, because they lie to us. And I think one of your callers said, the first caller, right? He said the politicians just want to tell us what we want to hear. And one of the callers said also too, after she won, you hear what she said? I will not be nice like the first time. So the people have saying on your program, in the calling section, they have them telling us the answers, you know. But we have to come out and act on it.
Right. So I have somebody else here. I brought up one last person because I'm not hearing from Mr. Michael. I'm not hearing where Kitty came off, and I'm not hearing from Mr. Bridge. So this last caller here, person that came up in the box, would you like to make a contribution? Sweet Rasta? Hello, good night. Would you like to make a contribution? Or do you have a question for Mr. Wendell Eversley? Hello? All right, so I guess that's a no, or either the network giving problems. And you see, when we having shows like this, when we having programs like this, sometimes they tend to interfere with the live. And I know Mr. Michael, the fact that he said he would have liked to speak to you, I know it had to be something really important. So, Mr. Eversley, before I close, right, I don't know if I could get you again some other day, if it's someday next week, because we usually have this program from Monday to Friday at 8 o'clock sharp. So any day you think it would be available, you will let me know, and I will announce and bring you up again. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah,
Right.
I'd love to come. And I want to tell you, keep up the work you're doing. Keep up your work you're doing. The message reaching far and wide, right? And people are listening. The population is listening. This is the first time I see people listening to what people have to say, especially when people make mistakes. But one thing I'm learning, and all of us is learn, right? Mistake that we make, we must never repeat it.
Right. So let me say one more thing. You want, as well as everybody want to talk to you, Mr. Eversley. You think you have room for one more question, or that's
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to bring up this last person, right? And after that, I would like this person here. What's this person name? Oh, where's the person? The person like they came off. They came off. Well, all right. So we are saying, Mr. Eversley, the person come off, right? They probably, wow, it's everybody want to talk to you tonight, boy. Oh gosh. And I want to say, oh, that's not where. Hold on, Hold on.
What's this?
Hold on, Mr. Paul, hold on. Right. Hi, pleasant good night. Positive vibration. I see in there.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, but good, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, here and you're good. So I'm bringing you up for a couple minutes because we passed the time, just to make a contribution.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
Nice. Thank you.
Right. I want to say thank you because I was watching the news tonight and I saw the guy. I also know the history of him too. Right? Because I'm a younger fella to him. He's an elder to me. I always look up to all the things he do, and I want to say thanks for coming and edifying us a little bit more about experiences they past. But while the news was going on, I was saying to myself, this guy have good intention. I was telling my wife, I was saying, this is a powerful man. You understand? With plenty knowledge of certain situations. But what I want to tell him pertaining to what he's about to do is going to cause a little problem. You understand? And he had to know that the fight going and come because these people and them had the throws working double time. You understand? So when you're organizing something, it had to be you had to play chess. Because they play chess same way. You understand? Because from the time you announce X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, the show's going to start to work. You Understand? And I know you wouldn't really care about that because you're a straightforward man. But at the end of the day, when we're looking for numbers, when it comes to doing the right thing, I ain't saying putting it. I talking about doing the right thing. This is not about UNC. This is not about PNM. This is not about nothing. This is about our country and our children. Our children, because plenty of us in East Dry, from East Dry River, mind you, right? And plenty of us going through hell. You understand? And put aside and all that, plenty thing is being hidden from us, and we've been stifled right now. Right? So I want to say good luck to you. And when it comes to your organizing, you have my support, and I assure you plenty of people from East Dry River support will come. We mightn't walk with you, but we go meet you down by the Red House. But when it announcing the thing, make sure we do it in the right way, because they'll go try to muffle we and thing, Let we try and do it peaceful and do the thing the correct way, to have a constitution that guides certain things when it comes to dealing with certain disgruntled when it comes to people. So that's all my contribution. All right. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. And don't be a stranger.
The guy make a valid contribution, And I want to tell him thanks. I want to tell him thanks very much. And I also, that peaceful walk from a remote forest, when walk, talk, and drive, it will do according to the Constitution. Right? The letters will be in. We will, and I always believe in a God, and we will. He will answer our prayer. He will answer our prayer, and we are going to make a stand. We ain't coming out for no violence. We're gonna say, hey, people are hurting. People need jobs. Families. You hear what you tell me? You hear what you say earlier on, Princess Warrior? You get the message. The man lost his job. He take his life.
Yeah, boy.
He take his life, and that is painful. That is painful, right? And when we look at the place, You know the work CPAP workers used to do.
Boy, I'm seeing it now. I am seeing it now. I appreciate even more now.
The environment.
Yeah.
I am a CPAP worker.
Oh, the gentleman said he's a CPAP worker.
You see?
All right, so let me not hold on to you anymore. I am really grateful that you are here with me tonight, Mr. Eversley. And again, I want to tell you, I accept my sympathy, my condolences from my family to yours. And I think Mr. Workers Right wanted to say that as well to you, but I don't know, probably. Well, he's on the other end, making sure that the program run correctly, right? So to everybody in the comment section, the ones who wanted to come up, I had to monitor and minimize some of the people in the comment section, because I know everybody coming on Mr. Eversley and they want to ask him questions, and I don't want them to scare him away. We want him again, and we always have another tomorrow, right? So the next time, Mr. Eversley, hear me. Whenever you see me come up, right, I am following you now. You could make a guest appearance. You understand me? Do not be a stranger, but I think I would need to have you back up here again, and again. Right? I am so happy that you are here with me tonight. So thanks to everybody on TikTok and on YouTube, right? And even to the Workers' Rights platform. You all have a pleasant night. And everybody in the comment section, Mags, Berna Boss, Trinity, Kitty, Mr. Michael are trying to call all and I ain't getting all this. So Michael, don't say I didn't deliver your message. And everybody in the comment section, I love you guys. Thanks for coming on. We have 208 people watching on. And that's on TikTok, and on YouTube we had about almost 227, but people started to drop off, right? So don't forget to pray for all your family, yourself, your family, and for Trinidad and Tobago, right? So have a pleasant good night, guys.
You know the stolen gun. They're selling it back for $10,000, right?
We will talk about that tomorrow, Mr. Paul. We had already something for tomorrow, right, love? Sorry to cut you off. Okay, guys, have a pleasant good night.
Right. Okay.
And
Then.
thank you.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Bye.
She was Xena, a mighty princess. In a time of ancient gods, warlords, and kings, a land in turmoil cried out for a hero. She was Xena, a mighty princess forged in the heat of battle. The power, the passion, the danger. Her courage will change the world. In a time of ancient gods, warlords, and kings, a land in turmoil cried out for a hero. She was Xena, a mighty princess forged in the heat of battle.